Got a cup game here between the Nuggets and Rockets. I've been very excited to see this matchup, and it's finally here on a Friday night. Can't wait to break this down. So, Steven Adams going to be guarding Nikola Jokic on the elbow here. Nuggets going to work an off-ball screen. Tim Hardaway Jr. is going to set one on Amen Thompson. Amen Thompson is going to switch this with Reed Shepherd, and Amen Thompson's kind of in an awkward position here. He kind of goes in between Jokic and Adams, so he's in a weird position, not really guarding Tim Hardaway Jr. right now, so he has to work extra hard to get over the screen. Steven Adams probably playing the best defense he can, doesn't really want Tim Hardaway Jr. to get a bucket at the rim, but he needs to be careful for Jokic as well. So maybe KD, that's when like Adams can fully commit to Tim Hardaway Jr., KD can help onto Jokic. But Tim Hardaway Jr. is going to pass this to the corner. KD's going to have to close out. Ball's probably going to go back into the hands of Jokic. Under 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Steven Adams has to have his hands up. He has to know, okay, there's not that much time left. Surely there's not that much time left on the clock, right? If I'm Steven Adams, I have to know that. So Jokic is going to face up right here. Steven Adams, you have to have your hands up right here. Jokic in a triple threat position. He can shoot this basketball. Got to have your hands up. I think that's too good of a look for Jokic. It was good defense up until that point. Nuggets go up 4, 3:10 left in the game. Adams going to set a screen on Jamal Murray. Jamal is going to go under the screen, but it might be a switch. See, I don't think Cam Johnson needs to really help here. Jokic can contest this on his own, I feel. So now, I mean, it's good hands from Cam Johnson. So if he doesn't get a hand on that, that's probably a wide open 3 for Jabari Smith Jr. Jabari Smith Jr. is still going to get it. Nice rip through from him to get by Cam Johnson. Jamal Murray's now in help. Adams and Thompson are a little too close to each other for my liking under the basket here, so Jokic can kind of guard both of them at the same time. Reed Shepherd and KD are completely out of the play. Peyton Watson and Tim Hardaway Jr. almost don't need to worry about them. Don't like this shot from Jabari Smith Jr. Way too early in the clock to be throwing something up like this with 15 seconds remaining. So he's going to rip through, gets by Cam Johnson, Jamal Murray, like I said, in good help. And I thought that's a pretty good contest for a point guard on a power forward. Jabari misses. Steven Adams, what do you know? One of the best offensive rebounders in the league, if not the best. I think, personally, it's between him and Mitchell Robinson. So, to me, one of the 2 best offensive rebounders in the league. Reed Shepherd gambles. You rarely see NBA players gamble on passes like this. I tend to not like gambles because, I mean, look what happens. Cam Johnson, you're essentially playing 5-on-4 basketball. So Cam Johnson going to attack. See, this is really high IQ. I know Cam Johnson's a high IQ player, but you don't have to go up for this layup. I'm not saying that you have to go up for this layup, but you have Steven Adams on you. So to know that, okay, I just beat Reed Shepherd. He gambled. I'm at the rim with Steven Adams. Where's Jokic? That has to be on my mind. Where is Jokic? And Jokic has a crazy mismatch on him with Reed Shepherd guarding him. So Tim Hardaway Jr. sees this immediately. This is very good awareness from Tim Hardaway Jr. KD's forced to double. Jokic can float this one up for Peyton Watson for a lob. KD might have gotten a hand on that. Maybe not. Steven Adams does a good job helping on this, I think. Jabari, you either got to guard the corner or the wing. This is great defense from the Rockets. Jabari guards the corner. Amen guards Tim Hardaway. I think Reed Shepherd just needs to sprint to the top of the key, and this is excellent rotations from... So KD's the one. So this is why I say Reed Shepherd should be the one to race to the top of the key. I'd rather have KD on Jokic because now KD's going up, and then the Nuggets still have this mismatch that the Rockets didn't want in the first place. But Jamal Murray starts to pull this shot. I don't hate it, but Jokic has a mismatch right here with Reed Shepherd. You're taking a long 3 with a 7-foot Kevin Durant closing out on you. He might have traveled there, gotten away with one. He clearly traveled there. Passes it to Tim Hardaway Jr. Tim Hardaway Jr. gives it right back to Jamal Murray for a mid-range shot. And Jamal Murray makes up for what to me should have been a pass to Jokic and an easy bucket from Jokic over Reed Shepherd. But good readjustment from him. Nuggets go back up 4. Jabari going to give this ball to KD. Peyton Watson guarding him. Jamal Murray with a double-double. Let's see here. Steven Adams going to set a screen. I noticed that Şengün is not in the game right now, which is very interesting to me. Yeah, Steven Adams going to set an on-ball screen on Peyton Watson. Nuggets are going to double KD. Jokic going to go back to Steven Adams. Peyton Watson probably going to go over this screen. Jokic shows. Was Cam Johnson the one guarding? What happens to Jabari? Yeah, Jabari Smith Jr. fades to the corner. Excellent work from him. Amen Thompson's now a threat in this dunker spot area. I love that the Rockets are able to do this. So Cam Johnson really should stick to Jabari Smith Jr. here. He shouldn't be helping here. That's Jokic's responsibility. So that's a bounce pass to the corner. Jabari Smith Jr. I feel like he can pop that. I feel like he can shoot that. And he steps out of bounds. Good pressure from Amen Thompson. Ball going to go to Cam Johnson on the wing. Entry pass to Jokic. Cam Johnson going to curl around the basket. Kind of loses the ball a little bit. And that's going to be off Cam Johnson. So I think Jokic pushes it out for him. Or no, he just loses Cam Johnson just loses this ball. Jokic just hands it off to him. Might have been good hands by Jabari Smith Jr. I don't know. I can't tell from this angle. But nevertheless, out on Cam Johnson. KD going to bring up the ball here. Down 4 with under 2 minutes left. Both teams have the same amount of turnovers. Şengün back in the game. So Amen Thompson going to set an off-ball screen so that maybe Jokic can get a mismatch with Jamal Murray. Nuggets don't want to switch that. Jokic goes to the wing. So Şengün can attack baseline here. And he either has the corner. He can pass this to a cutting Amen Thompson because Jamal Murray's kind of just ball watching here. It's exactly what happens. Jamal Murray just... I mean, Cam Johnson does a great job doubling here. He's the one that needs to double. Jamal Murray needs to stick to his man. Like, you know Amen Thompson is a threat in this interior. You can't just leave him. I don't know why he thinks that someone else needs to be guarding him. Şengün trying to stick on to Jokic. Rockets bench. Coaching staff wants a foul on Peyton Watson. Amen Thompson going to go under this screen off this handoff from Jokic. They're going to double, but Reed Shepherd is like, oh, shoot. Jamal Murray is being doubled. Like, Şengün went to double Jamal Murray, so I must need to help on Jokic. Şengün's going to recover, so then Reed Shepherd's going to recover back onto Johnson, probably. Yep, that's exactly what happens. Jokic can shoot this. I don't exactly know why Şengün wanted to leave Jokic. I'm just letting Amen Thompson, like, KD has to be the one in help here. I'm just letting Amen Thompson try to defend Murray at the rim. Jokic going to put this one up. No good. In and out. That would have been big. Not too sure who won this game yet. So if that 3 goes in, this game could look very different. Another on-ball screen here. Peyton Watson going to go over the screen. Jokic steps up. Kevin Durant, easy overhead pass to Şengün. Jamal Murray has to help. Should he have been the one in help? See, in my opinion, maybe Cam Johnson should be the one in help here. But instead, it's Jamal Murray. I don't hate that. Cam Johnson switches on to Amen Thompson. Now Hardaway needs to go on Jabari. And then Jokic needs to go on to Reed Shepherd. Great pass by Şengün. Amazing pass by Şengün. Jabari either can take this 3, he can pass it to Reed Shepherd. If I'm Jabari Smith Jr., I'm pulling this 3. No good. It's a good look. It's a very good look. Rockets maintain possession because Şengün does an awesome job at fighting for the offensive rebound. Doesn't get the offensive rebound, but even just fighting for it can lead to another possession for your team. KD going to come off this handoff from Şengün off of the out-of-bounds play on the baseline. Şengün doesn't want to hand it off to him. Peyton Watson's playing pretty good defense. Rockets just going to reset at the top. Loving this defense from Peyton Watson. Peyton Watson going to go over the screen again. Jokic, does he show again on KD? Yes, he does. Let's see. Tim Hardaway Jr. is guarding Reed Shepherd. Cam Johnson on Jabari, and then Jamal Murray on Amen Thompson. See, with Amen Thompson in the game, it just creates so many mismatches, and the Rockets with Ime Udoka as their head coach, like they can just be so creative with their lineups and their schemes and their sets, especially with the addition of Kevin Durant, like with him being such a threat as a scorer. Like this team is just so interesting to watch and break down. KD going to pass this ball to Şengün. Because Hardaway helps here, I know Şengün can't see it. I feel like this should be a pass to Reed Shepherd. Amen Thompson wide open under the rim. Cam Johnson and Jamal Murray ball watching on Şengün. So Şengün can maybe pass this to Amen Thompson. Cam Johnson's helping a lot off of Jabari Smith Jr. I feel like Şengün can also shoot this. He has a height advantage over Hardaway Jr. He has 4 options to me here. See what he ends up doing. Yes, I like that read a lot from Şengün. I don't think that, maybe the passing lane just wasn't there. And it's also just good hands from Jamal Murray. Really good hands from Jamal Murray. Ball in the hands of Jokic. Going to give it to Tim Hardaway Jr. Jabari Smith Jr. guarding him. Şengün going to go under this screen. Rockets not going to switch. See, how did Cam Johnson or Reed Shepherd get onto Cam Johnson? I think that's just, I think Jabari called out for a switch. Yeah, Jabari called out for a switch. Not too sure why. I would have to be involved in the game plan maybe for me to understand that. Maybe Jabari just switched because he wanted to. I don't know. Anyways, Reed Shepherd now on Cam Johnson. They want to go back to it. Cam Johnson going to use his first step to go into Reed Shepherd and probably going to come off of this handoff and curl off of it. No, okay. He actually wanted to set an on-ball screen for Jokic. Jokic says, nah, I don't want anything to do with that. I'm going to go to my good old friend Jamal Murray for a pick and roll handoff. Amen Thompson does a good job fighting over the screen. KD needs to be in help way earlier here. Way earlier, KD needs to be in help. I blame that on KD. Nuggets take a 4-point lead. This is great basketball. Great basketball. Risky pass by Amen Thompson here. Very risky pass by Amen Thompson here. But Jokic gambles. So Reed Shepherd gambled earlier. Jokic gambles now. I'm sure this is a rip through from Şengün. Yep. Now you have an advantage. So he's going to spin off of this. He might run into Peyton Watson. No, he just long strides. This should be another pass to Jabari Smith Jr. in the corner for a 3. Let's see what happens. He's just going to take it. What a block by Peyton Watson. Spins, shot at the rim, blocked by Peyton Watson. That is just incredible. Peyton Watson is a terrific, and I mean terrific defender. I don't like him that much on offense. That's really not his game at all. But if you watch him defensively, he is just amazing. I would not be surprised at all if he was an all-defensive team type player at some point in his career. Rockets going to double Jokic here. Going to give it to Cam Johnson on the wing. And then going to give it, no, he's just going to hold on to it. Give it to Jamal Murray. Rockets don't need to foul. If this is me personally, I don't foul here. But Ime Udoka, the Rockets coaching staff, whoever it is, might have a different philosophy. And they are going to foul. So Jabari Smith Jr. fouls out. Murray at the line, going to hit the first free throw. Why I wouldn't foul there is essentially, it depends on who you foul to, for sure. You're fouling Jamal Murray, an excellent free throw shooter, so this is pretty much an automatic 2 points that you're giving Denver. So you can either, here's the 2 different situations. You're either going down by 6 with 23.4 seconds left, or, you're not guaranteed to get a stop, right? But if you do get a stop, right, let's just say you'll have around 14 seconds left in the game and you're only down 4. And you have 2 timeouts. So it really comes down to which situation would you rather prefer. Some teams might want the deficit of the score to be lower. Some teams might want more time on the clock. So it really just comes down to what the team wants. But usually I go for the lower deficit. especially when the shot clock isn't turned off yet. Murray's second free throw is good. Rockets going to call their second to last timeout. Rockets going to inbound this ball. KD's wide open at the top, even though Jokic is denying him kind of, but Durant can kind of just go to this area and receive it. Let's see, is that Isaac? No, it's not Isaac Jones. Spencer Jones is in the game now for the Nuggets. But yeah, Amen Thompson, Jabari's just going to float to this corner here. Amen's going to inbound the ball to him. Is this a handoff? No, it's just right back to Amen Thompson. No one's guarding Amen Thompson, by the way. You have Peyton Watson on Reed Shepherd, Jamal Murray on Jabari Smith Jr., Jokic on Durant. I don't know what Cam Johnson is doing. I feel like Cam Johnson has to realize that he's not guarding anyone, and Jokic is the one guarding KD. I mean, Jokic is just denying, but I'd say he's technically the one guarding KD here. So what does Cam Johnson do? I guess they're doubling Şengün. That's probably what they're doing. Amen Thompson's going to pull this three. Now, I don't know what Amen Thompson is shooting from three-point land this season. He's shooting 20% from three this season. You have KD, Reed Shepherd, Jabari Smith Jr., even Şengün. I'd rather have Şengün taking this three than Amen Thompson. If I'm the Denver Nuggets right now, I'm like, thank God that he's taking this three. But watch him make it. Of course. Nuggets going to inbound the ball here on the baseline. Only a 3-point game. Ball in the hands of Jokic. They're going to trap him. Cam Johnson's open. He can float this over to Jamal Murray. But yeah, gives it to Cam Johnson. KD's going to foul Cam. I mean, that was a clear foul, yeah. KD's going to foul Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson at the line. Makes the first free throw. 4-point game here. Cam Johnson's second free throw is good as well. So it's a 5-point game, 17 seconds left. Ball goes to the hands of Amen Thompson. He's going to pull up for another three. No, he's not. Back-to-back threes. I don't think Amen Thompson, I don't remember the last time Amen Thompson has made back-to-back threes in his career. It's probably been a while since he's done that. Fakes the three. I don't know who's guarding Şengün here. Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson has made a ton of defensive lapses. I mean, he's a pretty good defender too, but he's made a ton of defensive lapses, in my opinion, in this late fourth quarter. I don't know why he would go off of Şengün here. He's telling Spencer Jones to switch, but it's just too late. It's just way too late. 3-point game. Amen Thompson going to foul. So Jamal misses the first free throw. He makes the second one. Now it's a 4-point game with 10 seconds left. This might be a double screen from the Rockets. Yeah, Peyton Watson guarding Durant. Reed Shepherd going to set the first screen, so Spencer Jones switches. Şengün going to set the second screen. So Jamal Murray might switch. Yep. And this is a great play. This is all Ime Udoka. Double screen so KD can get open. But both of these players are so worried about KD that Şengün can just roll to the basket. This is the luxury of having Kevin Durant on your team because of his gravity. A lot of people have been talking about Steph Curry's gravity recently. KD has that as well. Şengün, he could get a layup here probably. Spencer Jones actually does recover pretty well, and Şengün probably would still have a contested layup. So at this point, Şengün's like, okay, I'm not guaranteed to make this layup or this hook or whatever it is. I need to pass this back out to the perimeter so my team can get 3 points on the board. Jabari Smith Jr. going to come off of a handoff. Cam Johnson plays some good off-ball defense here. Jabari's just going to pull this. Wow. That's an incredible shot. Incredible shot. What? I don't know what happened. Maybe the Nuggets just called timeout. Yeah, Nuggets called their second to last timeout. Ball advances to the front court. Risky pass. Ball off of Amen Thompson. 4 seconds left in the game. Nuggets going to have it on the edge, on the corner. Hardaway Jr. is going to give this ball into Jokic. Ooh, is he shooting? No, they're going to call that on the floor. So Jokic going to go to the line for 2 free throws. Jabari Smith Jr., now he fouls out. Jokic makes both free throws. Rockets don't have any more timeouts. Rockets have to get a 3 off in 2.7 seconds. I don't like this. I mean, I know you don't have a timeout, so you can't really drop a play. But to me, this ball has to get – if you want a decent look to try and tie this game and force it into OT, I need this ball to at least go to half court. And the fact that Kevin Durant isn't really doing anything here, I'd like to see him doing something. I mean, he's starting to go to the half court now. Şengün's probably just going to throw up a prayer at half court. Doesn't go, and the Nuggets win the game. I thought that was some great basketball that was played at the end of the game. And on a Friday night in November, NBA Cup game, I don't think it can get too much better than that from two of the best teams in the Western Conference.